Hi guys, so this is the look I'm gonna do for you guys today. I hope you like it. It's a picture that I saw on Tumblr last summer. You can find it on Google too. You just Google cool face paint, I don't know, but I'll try to link that Tumblr post in the bottom. But it's a lot easier than it looks. It's kind of like a clown scary thing, I don't know. But yeah, and then I just did my other side with the same colors I used here. Just a easy eyeshadow, just yellow in the inner half of the lid, and then blue out and faded, whatever. It doesn't really matter what you do on that side. But yeah. And this, I only did half of my face, so at the end I'll link a few pictures where I did my whole face, in case you wanted to do that, because when I did the whole face, I kind of did like my eyebrow like this and like this, you know, like mad eyebrows. So I'll either if I don't put a picture at the end, then I'll link it in the bottom. So yeah, I'm not really sure what to call this. I guess I'll call it scary clown, I don't know. But yeah, this is the first of my Halloween tutorials. This is actually my first tutorial ever, so you're gonna have to be patient with me because I'm learning. But yeah. Okay, so this is how I'm gonna start off the tutorial. I know I look kind of lopsided. This side of my face I already put on my foundation and my eyebrow, so I wouldn't have to do that after. And this side is the side I'm gonna paint, so I put on my contact. I know a lot of people put them on after, but my eyes water a lot, so I usually put them on before. Just be careful not to get anything in your eye when you're doing your makeup. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a white. I don't have any more, I usually use Ben Eye White, but this works just as good, and it's NYX Milk Jumbo Eye Pencil. And I'm gonna put that all, I'm gonna draw half a line, and I'm gonna put it all right here. And then fade it up. So I'm gonna put this all right here like this. Just fill in that. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is very simple face makeup or Halloween makeup because it doesn't have to be perfect. The lines aren't perfect. You just kind of slap it on. Okay, so that's what I have now. And one thing, you probably should have started with this, but I already forgot. Great way. I'm gonna paste down my eyebrow. I normally use, if I'm trying to conceal it completely, I'll use wax or whatever. It's like face wax, like you could buy. I usually buy the Ben Nye one in a local theater shop where I live. But since we're gonna cover this in paint anyway, in black paint, you don't really have to make it disappear. So I'm just gonna paste it down. And if you're gonna do this on other people, I only use this on myself, so I don't really care if but sometimes I'll just take like a string or whatever, you just as far down as it'll go, and you just slice that off, and then it's sanitary, I guess. As long as you don't just keep putting it on other people's face, that's kind of gross. This is my personal glue stick, so there. Just put up some glue, and then I'm just gonna smooth it out. Let that dry now. I used this Ben Nye character wheel in WK11 Clown. You can see. And it just has a yellow, a blue, a red, and a black, which are basically the colors in this look. I guess you could call it a look. I'm gonna start with the yellow. And I'm just gonna use my fingers. If you're gonna do it on somebody else, I don't really like to use my fingers, but to make it easier. So if you're gonna do this on yourself, I just use my fingers. And I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna make a kind of, like as if I have a sharp cheekbone, and then, like, so bring it in, and then like that, and then like this. So it's kind of like a 3. Like that's a sharp cheekbone, then around like that. And then I'm going to fill in all of this with yellow. And all just right here. So that's what we look like, or your face will look like. And then I'm going to get my NYX jumbo pencil again. I should have brought a liner brush. Alright, so I'm going to make the basic shape of the mouth, so I don't put yellow in it, because then your teeth kind of look yellow. Okay, so that's my basic tooth shape. Do you see what I'm talking about doing the white first? Because if you get it in the yellow, your teeth will look yellow. And it's just more work to have to do. So you should do your teeth shape first and this white. So that's my basic face or tooth shape. And you're just going to color that in, but I'll do that later. And then I'm going to do my eye shape. So I'm going to take the black that's in here. And with these, you do have to set them. They don't set by themselves. So they'll stay creamy and they'll smear. So that's kind of the eye shape. It's sort of like a really soft triangle, I guess, because I wanted it to be pointier at the top and in the corner. Now, do you see what I'm talking about not having to make your eyebrows disappear? Because all of this in this part of your eye is going to be black. So I just put that there for a guideline. And then I'm going to take my same, I use this wheel the entire time, so you can use anything. If you can't find Ben products, and I don't know, they sell them usually at any theater store. Usually there's a place in every town, basically, every larger town, because my town has several places that sell Ben products, and at mine this was $11.95, so it's not bad if you're going to use this in just this. If you're not going to have to buy a bunch of them, but you can use NYX jumbo pencils, any cream eyeshadow, cream product you want to use. I don't like the tubes that come in, you can buy them at Walmart, Target, and it's like the tube of makeup, and it's cream makeup that is like for $1, and they sell it everywhere for Halloween. I don't like that because it just never, like this one doesn't dry, but it's not like, it feels dry. It doesn't feel like it's just a wet cream on your face, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Okay, let me just continue. So I'm going to do yellow from here, and I'm going to go up like that. So if you could see that. And I'm going to do it all the way down. Put my finger in the black. I'm going to do it all the way down to where my black eye is going to be. And it looks like that. And this is all yellow. Oh, got some black. And then I'm going to blend just this white and this yellow. Do not blend this white and yellow together, because that's your teeth and you don't want that. And then this is all yellow, this part of your mouth. And you don't have to do it exactly like this. This is just the way I do it. You can do less yellow, or you can even change the colors. Like if you want it purple or whatever colors you could do, it doesn't really matter. So it looks like this. This is what it looks like right now. And then I'm going to go in with the blue, and that's going to be my outer face part. So I'm going to start right here and just bring it down. Just blend it. You can blend it into your hairline. And I'm going to go down like this. See how I went more towards the black right there? And then I'm going to go out. So it looks like I have a sharp cheekbone, if that makes any sense. So I can't do this with my camera, it's backwards. So I'll just like in that shape right there. And then you're going to go in again, like that's the hollow of your cheekbone, and then out again. So it looks like that. And then you're just going to go towards your chin. Then just fill in all this part with blue. Then I'm going to bring the blue down right here, like to there, and then I'm going to blend it. I'm going to see how it's getting really light right here towards this way. That's what I want. I'm going to fade the face into my normal face. Yellow right here. Okay, so this is what our face looks like right now. You see how I faded the yellow into my skin too, so it's not like a stark line like the white is. I'm gonna blend that in a minute. Well, I guess I can do it right now. So it's kind of, there's no really stark lines. It just kind of fades into my face, and that's what I want. And then I'm gonna take, so I can set it, since you should set this kind of makeup. This is just the half of the 120 palette. I bought mine off of eBay for like 14 bucks. The one I had before was what is it called? I don't know, I'll link it in the bottom. But I had the one before from the other company, and it was like $15 more expensive, but this one is like the exact same thing. And I'm gonna use this yellow right here, which is just a matte yellow. You could use any matte yellow, it doesn't matter. And I'm going to use this brush, which is a large fluff E50 from Sigma. And I'm just going to put it all over my yellow that I have going on here. Okay, so I set all the yellow with yellow eyeshadow. And then I'm going to use this blue, which is just a matte mid-tone kind of aqua-y kind of blue. And I'm going to put it all over along the blue. So like that. And then I'm going to take a white shadow to do my white nose. And this is an inglot white. And this is in color matte 318. It's just the matte white. And I'm going to take this is the Eco Tools one. It comes in a little set. You could use the same brush for all of these if you just wipe them off, but I'm just too lazy, so I'm just going to use different brushes. And blend it over. So it looks like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take, this is just a, it says something in Chinese, just a little tiny arts and crafts brush. It's synthetic. You can use an eyeliner brush, you can use eyeliner, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to take the black that's in here. And I'm going to do the eyebrow shape that I want, which is like a super curved sort of eyebrow. And then I'm going to do the top. So it really looks like, it looks like a bad eyebrow job, like somebody sharpened on their eyebrows. And then I'm just going to do short brush strokes to kind of blend it all together. To make it look not as harsh, but it doesn't really matter. You could just do your eyebrow like that and leave it like Sharpied on, or you could kind of do this kind of thing, what I'm doing. It doesn't matter. I just want it to look more, a little more sloppy. So that's what that looks like. Then I'm going to take the same black and the same thing, and from where the eyebrow ends, I'm going to trace where the yellow and the blue touch all down my face. So like that. And then I'm just going to kind of fade it down so I don't have to do it all the way down my chin. And then you're going to blend this out. You could use your fingers, you could use a brush, it doesn't matter. You could use Q-tip. See, so as you can see, it's kind of like a sloppy sort of, it's really sloppy. That's the only way I can describe it. So that's what makes it so easy, because it doesn't have to be perfect. So it looks like that. Touch up the yellow. So this is so far this is what you should have. It's basically your tooth shape, yellow, blue, and a black line on your eyebrow. Then next I'm going to take, actually I should put on an eyeshadow base, because this black cream creases like a mofo. So this one is just a mini one. This is a Tarte. You can't see, that's too bright. It's just Tarte Clean Slate. I'm just going to put that all on my eye and underneath. And then I'm going to use, this is the Sonia Kashuk brush. It's a synthetic, looks kind of like a small crease brush. It's not this color, it's like a lighter brown, but I have black on it. And I'm going to use any synthetic brush, or any brush you really want to use, you can use. And I'm just going to color in this hole here, or this patch. So this is what it looks like after you put the black all in your eye, and then I'm just going to kind of blend it a little bit so that it's not as thick and kind of just a little bit more even. Again, this does not have to be a precise line. It looks like that. And then you can just set it with any color you want, really. Or not any color, any kind of eyeshadow you want. I'm going to use just, you can use a sparkly black, whatever color you want of black or dark color. I'm going to use a Ben Nye. This is just a matte black color. Okay, I don't have any brushes clean, so I'm going to use my fingers. And make sure to set it extra well on your eyelid, so that'll kind of help it not crease. Okay. So once you've done that, you're going to take this red in this palette, or any red or anything, and you're going to get a Q-tip, or you can use a brush. You can use a small synthetic brush like this, and I'm just going to put it all under the black right here, going in this kind of motion down at an angle. And then blend it in with the other colors you have here. And I'm only going to go up to about right here with the red. See, so that gives it some weird kind of dimension. Then I'm going to take a pencil brush. This is just a MAC 219 and a red eyeshadow. You could use the one out of the palette or whatever. I'm going to use a Femme red blush just because it's super pigmented, and I use that for red. And you just kind of put it all along the bottom. So it looks like that. This is what you have so far. I'm going to take the same little synthetic brush that I had with the black. I'm not going to put any more black on there. And I'm going to scrunch, you could scrunch your face like this and go with your natural wrinkles of how your face naturally wrinkles. Or you can just draw some, it doesn't really matter. So you just have these little lines like that. Then I'm just going to sort of blend them out a little bit. And you're also, I'm still not going to put any more product on here because I have some and I don't want it to be that dark. I'm going to go with the curve of my nose right here and then flick it up and out. So it looks like that. And then down on your nose. So it looks like this. It gives you kind of like a mean looking nose, if that makes any sense. And then you're just going to blend it. And you could play with it or whatever. I make mine thicker, like as it goes onto my nose. So that's what it looks like. And then I'm going to take the same little brush and kind of contour my cheek a little bit right here like this. And then down. I'm going to blend it. Not like super harsh or anything. And I'm going to do the same thing right here. Okay, so you're almost done. Just goes super fast, you don't have to explain it, but all we have left is the teeth. I'm going to take a liquid liner because that's what I like to use. You can use gel liner, the black in that little cream color wheel, whatever. I'm going to use Jordana Easy, or not Easy Liner, Fabuliner. You can find it at Walgreens, it's like $2. And I'm going to do the shape of the mouth that I want. So I just outline the white, then I'm going to fill it in. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Then I'm going to set it with the white, and I'm going to use this Urban Decay Ammo palette, I think this was. And I'm going to use Polyester Bride. I like to use like super shimmery frosty whites for teeth because your teeth are white and they're not really flat white. I'm going to use a big fluffy brush. And I'm going to put that all on there. This is like my favorite tooth color whenever I do something with teeth. So that's how that looks. And I want it to be even a little bit more shiny than that, so I'm going to use this. It's like a pearl white pigment, and these are from eBay. I'll link the seller in the bottom bar, but you can buy, I think I bought like 30 of these for $5, and they're good, especially if you do a lot of kind of face makeup. You don't want to have to spend a fortune on a lot of different things. So I'm going to use the same white brush, and I'm going to pick some of that up and just dust it on. See, can you see the sheen on that one? That's how I like my teeth to be. You don't have to. You can do a matte white. It's really just your personal preference. So it has that really shiny kind of look. Okay, and then I'm going to take my liner again, and I'm going to make my teeth. So I'm going to start from where the edge of my mouth is, and I'm going to connect it to this corner. So, and I don't want it to be like a straight line. You can make yours a straight line, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to make kind of a curved line. Like that. And then I'm going to make the teeth. So I usually go with the rule about how you have normal teeth. So this is my front tooth. So the front tooth will start in the middle right there, and then it's going to end here. And then I do the bottom. Now these, see how I'm going at an angle? I feel like it makes it look more angry when you do it at an angle like that. You don't have to, you can do it straight down, it doesn't matter. So that's how mine are gonna look. In the picture that I show you that has my whole face done, they're skinnier. I wanted them skinnier that day, it doesn't really matter, they don't have to be perfect. You can do it however you want. And then, so see how teeth look, and it just looks kind of weird that they're not the shape they are. So you're gonna take your eyeliner and you're gonna round them out. You're gonna stay in this black line, but you're gonna make them round in the white. Like that. Okay, so that's how they look. Kind of messed up this part. See how this is too curvy of teeth for my taste, but it'll work. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. You could look at my other picture. If you want them like that, that's how you can do it. Then I'm gonna take a gray eyeshadow. This is just a Ben Nye pressed eyeshadow in blue gray. It's mostly matte. It has a slight shimmer, but it just looks matte to me. And a little tiny brush. This is another Eco Tools brush. And I'm gonna do just the tops of my teeth. And then shade it down. And then the bottom up. Just like that. Then I'm going to take that brush that I had red on earlier and I'm going to put just along where the black and the gray touch. And I'm not putting any more product on this because I don't want them too red. So it looks like that. And then you're done with this side of your face. I'm gonna do, what I do with my face now is I'm gonna do my other half and I'm gonna do just regular, like a regular eyeshadow, just yellow here, blue here, with the same colors that I used on this side, and do my eyelashes, and then you're done. I hope you guys like it.